But the focus over the next 25 minutes, Vice President Hamid Ansari demits office today after serving 2 consecutive terms tomorrow. His parting shot to the BJP, there's a feeling of insecurity among minorities in India. The BJP is livid, a volley of barbs has been flowing freely through the day. Are minorities insecure under the present government? Here's the story. We're coming back for a debate after that.
Hamid Ansari's remarks on minorities has raked up a massive storm.
From all I hear from different quarters in the country, I heard the same thing in Bangalore, I've heard from other parts of the country. I hear a great deal more about it in North India.
With regard to minorities, I find people are now trying to convert this into a political issue. The day when you started treating minorities as vote banks, you started hurting their interests.
Ansari's sudden concern over rising intolerance in the country has not gone down well with the BJP.
हो सकता है कुछ चटपटाहट रही होगी भीतर आपके अंदर भी, लेकिन आज के बाद शायद वो संकट आपको नहीं रहेगा। तो मुक्ति का आनंद भी रहेगा और अपने मूलभूत जो सोच रही होगी उसके अनुसार आपको कार्य करने का, सोचने का, बात बताने का अवसर भी मिलेगा।
While the BJP snapped at Ansari, the AIMM chief was quick to add in his tokens.
हामिद अंसारी ने ये भी कहा, स्वामी विवेकानंद को कोट किया, उन्होंने आर्टिकल 14, 15, 16 के बारे में कहा कि अगर सबका साथ सबका विकास का जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर का ख्वाब है, जब तक 14, 15, 16 पर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं होगा वो पूरा नहीं होगा। और सिर्फ मुसलमान नहीं कहा, उन्होंने कहा कि मुसलमान, ईसाई और दलित, तो इसमें गलत क्या है?
Minority politics has been a favorite tool of Indian netas. While Ansari's remarks have surely sparked a furore, questions are being raised as to why he chose to remain silent on the issue for so long. Bureau Report, NewsX.
Vice President Hamid Ansari demits office after serving 2 consecutive terms tomorrow. His parting shot to the BJP, there's a feeling of insecurity among minorities in India. The BJP is livid. A volley of barbs has been flowing freely through the day. The question, are minorities insecure under the present government? We have with us Sadhvi Jaya Bharti from the Divya Jyoti Jagriti Sansthan. She joins us from Delhi. Saira Shah Halim, activist and scholar, joining us from Kolkata. Tom Vadakan, national spokesperson of the Congress, joining us from Delhi. And Sudesh Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us from Delhi as well. Sudesh from the BJP, the vice us from Delhi, and Sudesh Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us from Delhi as well. Sudesh from the BJP, the vice president, has taken a very sharp pot shot today, saying that minorities are insecure today. What do you say to this?
Jujar, this is his individual opinion. Everybody in this country has a right to hold whatever opinion he or she wishes. We respect his opinion, but we disagree with this. We will rather agree with what Vice President-elect Mr. Venkaiah Naidu ji has said, that yes, is the most tolerant nation in the country and minorities are safe. There is no reason to be panicked unnecessarily. This government believes in the policy of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and for the first time...
Yeah, but Sudesh, you are saying you disagree with the Vice President's opinion, but you are claiming that you respect the opinion. Do you really respect the opinion? We heard that Kailash Vijayvargiya of the BJP said that he's looking for political shelter after demitting office. Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP has said that he's behaving like an illiterate person without quoting statistics. Now, this doesn't look like respecting his views, albeit disagreeing with it.
No. Jujar, in a liberal democracy, everybody has a right to express opinion. But not only us.
No, but I'm just saying that you are saying you respect opinion. Is the BJP respecting the opinion? That's my question.
We respect whatever he has said as an individual, but we disagree with his perception. He has a right to hold his opinion.
I don't know whether what he said as an individual, he said it while he's still vice president.
And I also tell you that we go with what Sri Venkaiah Naidu ji has said, who is the Vice President-elect. This is the most tolerant country. We have been debating it all throughout, when this Ghar Wapsi brigade started campaigning against India's image. Then also we came with this, that no, this is the most tolerant country.
The Vice President
For
has
the
also
first time,
said, by the way,
citizens of this country are
Sudesh,
realizing
that he has
government
spoken
is
about his
implementing the
concerns
policy
for the
of,
minorities to the Prime
citizen-centric
Minister
politics.
and to several Union Cabinet Ministers. He was given an explanation, but he's also hinted that he has not really accepted those explanations.
You see, whatever he has said, it is in public domain, and whatever he has said will lead to many questions that people will ask, and it is for Mr. Hamid Ansari to answer those questions. For us, we
Tom
don't believe in
Vatican
that
from the
perspective.
Congress.
We believe that it's a very fair government that
Tom
is
from the
delivering
Congress.
justice to every section.
Why is
of
Vice
society.
President Hamid Ansari been publicly quiet till now? Why this parting shot one day before he demits office?
This is a very strange situation. It is not just the Vice President of India. You had the former President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee, talking about pluralistic society and the need for an inclusive society. Then you had former President Barack Obama mention it. Now the point is, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. Like Shakespeare said, he has not said Muslim, it is minority. And why this fear psychosis? I've been a Christian and I'm not bothered whether it is a Hindu background or a Muslim background or a Sikh. I find myself comfortable. But yes, I'm not the only case. The litmus test is the people at ground zero. Ground zero, there is a problem, Jujar. And ground zero problem starts with vigilantism, with the Gaurakshaks, and the so-called...
But why was the Vice President quiet publicly till now?
Establish that there is a new
Why take a
system.
parting shot one day before you leave office?
That, Jujar, is a question that you should address. I do not want to join issues of why the Vice President said that now. But yes, he has done his duty. And on a parting advisory, he has given the government.
Has he done his
It should
duty?
be taken in that spirit.
Has he done his
Here's
duty?
a senior person
Because
who's giving an advisory.
Because the President and
so.
Vice President of the country, of
I
course,
think
cannot
so.
be
He has
politically
done his duty
partisan.
by
But it is their
speaking.
duty to
Because I-
advise and warn the governments of the day and the nation. Now, if he really felt this way, he could have spoken before. What's the point of speaking one day before you demit office?
He is a constitutional authority. He has done his duty. As a parting advice he has given this government, they take it or drop it. Let the country know that yes, this is his advisory. You take it or you leave it. You want to
All
lead
right.
the country a pluralistic society, lead it the way you want. But if an advisory comes from a senior person, Vice President of India, in his parting interview says something, take it as an advisory. Have that spirit. I am very happy Sudesh has rightly said, we respect him, we accept his views, but yes, we have a difference of opinion. Let that be a democratic way of handling this.
Sadhvi Jayabharati, Vice President Hamid Ansari, has said that lynching and Ghar Wapsi are a breakdown of Indian values. He says he's very concerned about this. And this is what's making minorities insecure. What do you think of this statement?
Well, one thing I would like to, begin with is that, he is holding the second highest constitutional office of India. And it is very unbecoming of dividing your opinion into communities. When I see these people, there were no voices or no dissent when, right from Kishtwar to Kairana to Basherat to Malda, and even where, where there are other communities are, in minority, nobody spoke for those Hindus. Yet when you say that lynching and the mob violence he has disagreed with, you cannot hold one person here in political or in public life who have actually, approved of such actions. Even, everybody has come out that these things should be shunned and, action must be taken against the perpetrators. It is upon the state governments to ensure that such actions are taken. You can, while you hold the office and while you demit it just a day before, it's very unbecoming of the virtue of the same.
Well, let me ask Saira Shah Halim to respond to you, because Saira, she seems to be also suggesting over there that when there are cases, where there are attacks on the minorities, it's highlighted and people like the Vice President are speaking up about it. But when it's the other way around, then it's not highlighted so much.
Jujar, I'd like to come in and refute Sadhvi ji's statement with all due respect to her.
No, I was asking that to Saira Shahli.
Sadhvi ji, it's my turn to talk now. It's my turn to talk now. What is exactly unwarranted
Refuting me
or
would be,
incorrect
sir. No,
about
no.
her? Mr.
You have to answer your question. Refuting doesn't mean you have.
I'm answering.
That's my option. That's my
Sadhvi ji, let her answer to you. Then I'll give you a chance to do.
By yelling at somebody. You have gone to
Sadhvi ji, let her make a point and I'll give you an opportunity to reply back to her.
I don't disagree with that. I do not.
Let me reply.
Fine, but there should be a decorum of starting your dialogue.
Jujar, can I speak, please? Yes. So now, Jujar, coming back to the conversation, I don't think there was anything unwarranted or unbecoming of Hamid Ansari Sahab to actually voice a concern, whether it's on the first day of his office, or it's the last day when he's demitting office. He being the second most senior most person of the country, holding the second most constitutional position of the country, is well within his rights to question what is happening around the country. And here, minority, he must not be specifically talking about the Muslim community. He is talking about the way the minority in the House of Parliament are being treated. He is talking about how Christians and Dalits are being treated. Yes, I agree, there is a growing sense of unease, and moment you address it, there are these people who say you go to XYZ country or ABC country. Why should anybody go to anybody's country? Dissent is a very powerful part of our democratic process, and it is enshrined in our constitution. He is well within his right to question.
Okay, I think Sadhvi Jayabharati wants to respond to you. All right, Sadhvi Jayabharati to Saira Shah Halim. Go ahead, Sadhvi ji.
Right, I do agree with Shaira Shah Ali ji that obviously there is no call for when you say that you go to a particular country and there is always space and room for dissent in democratic setup. But these dissents and these outrage on undemocratic action should be balanced. You know, when we voice again minorities, I hold nothing against any community. I might belong to some minority community, you never know. But the way we deal with and the kind of divide, you know, such an office giving such a statement, there must be more ways of dealing with that, with the second highest position in the country, than giving such a blunt. Must be more ways of dealing with that, with the second highest position in the country, than giving such a blunt public statement and creating an uproar and creating a divide. It would have been more responsible. We do not call for any, you know, division for it, but yet certain responsibilities are asserted.
Yeah, but you know, Tom from the Congress, I mean...
Can I come in now?
One second, Tom from the Congress, the Vice President says that minorities are more insecure today. Now, obviously, the Congress has pounced on that to try and embarrass the BJP, but the point is that, where are the statistics for this? I mean, the BJP's Meenakshi Lekhi has said today that, you know, that he has a huge staff with him. He could have asked them for details. He could have asked them for research. Why did he not do that? He's shooting off his mouth, but without backing it up with facts and figures.
Jujar, I'd like to come in here, please.
I'll come back to you, but quickly, Tom from the Congress on this.
Jujar, can I answer that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I answer?
Yeah. Where are the statistics to show that minorities are more insecure
Jujar,
today?
We have been saying, Jujar, let me make a point. The issue is, we have been talking about it since last 3 years. It is not that we have discovered it today. It is not a discovery.
But this is what I'm saying.
The
We're talking about it, but where are the facts and figures and evidence to back it up?
Across the country. Now, statistics. Yes, I'll tell you. It is not just the Muslim community, it is the Christians, it is the Dalits, and what are these lynching operations? If you have not kept the statistics, that's your problem. But I can list out the whole evening today, a whole list of lynching deaths, interventions, and the kind of treatment that the spokesman has already said.
I'll give you the statistics.
There is a problem.
These are Union Home Ministry statistics presented to the Lok Sabha. Okay?
Jujar, I can keep you for the next program too. I have the entire list of how many people killed, how many attacks, Dalits,
I'm coming to you
minority, Christians, you name Hindus, but I don't want to go into it. We are Indians. And we need to protect under the Constitution.
Let me give you the Union Home Ministry figures presented to the Lok Sabha for the years 2013 when the UPA was in power and 2014 and 15 when the NDA has been in power. In 2013, when the UPA was in power, there were 823 communal violence incidents in the country.
I want to quote.
In 2014, it was 644, and in 2015, it was 751.
On this occasion.
And I'll give you the fatalities as well. 1 second, Tom. Let me finish, and you can certainly respond, Tom, but let me just finish. Give me 10 more seconds. In 2013, when your party was in power, 133 people were killed in communal violence. In 2014, when the BJP came in, 95, and 2015, 97. Now, if you look at these statistics, then it shows that there was more communal violence during the UPA regime than during the NDA regime.
I'll tell you what, Jujar, have you taken into account Gujarat? It was under UPA time, but Jujar, what are the kind of killings coming in from Gujarat? Have your statistics failed to enrich yourself with the kind of killings that
these are not my statistics, of course. These are Union Home Ministry statistics.
You have not taken into account the kind of massacre that happened in Gujarat with the chief minister of Mr. Modi's regime. In Gujarat, have you taken that?
Tom, if you start raising the Gujarat riots, then people will say, what about the anti-Sikh riots in 1984? I don't think that would be a fair comparison. If you say Gujarat, people will say, what about Delhi? So, I don't, in any case, so Sudesh will respond to this.
Jujar, I was exactly going to say that. For you, Muslims and minorities, Sikhs are not minorities. You butcher Sikhs on the streets of Delhi at instigation of Congress leaders. And now you are going to talk about Gujarat, where nothing has been found against the then state government. Everything was done in the right way. And there has been SIT that sat over it, that investigated under the Supreme Court supervision. Not a single charge was established. Please go by facts. Please go by facts.
But that is besides the point. Please don't talk over yourselves because then we can't hear any of you. But Sudesh from the BJP, Sudesh, let me just quickly make a point, Sudesh. Sudesh, I want to ask you, look, the Union Home Ministry figures suggest that there's less communal violence, incidents and fatalities in 2014 and 15 compared to 2013. But having said that, the perception is different though. That you have to accept, Sudesh. The perception is that there's Ghar Wapsi, there is lynching going on. So whatever the facts and figures, the perception is creating perhaps a feeling of insecurity, and perhaps that's what the Vice President was referring to, Sudesh. Because perception creates a feeling of insecurity as much as facts and figures do as well, Sudesh.
Jujar, the leftists and the liberals, the people of Lutyens Delhi are out of power under the Modi regime. A new set of people have come. It will be difficult for these people to digest. So they've been trying to malign the government, but every time we have discovered that facts are different. I'll quote a few things for Indian Muslims. They have the liberties here to squat on the street and perform nawaz. They can't do it in European countries. They can't do even in Arabia. They blare from loudspeaker early in the morning. They can't do it in any of the European countries. It's the most tolerant country because we tolerate each other. No, we are not doing a favor. Even if you go against the law, then no action is taken against you.
Are you doing them
Are you
a
defending
favor
it?
that
Are
they
you defending
pray?
any illegal
Are
act?
you
Mr.
doing
Tom
them a
It's
Bhattacharya?
not the question
Are
of
you
favor,
defending-
madam.
One
It's a
second.
question
We
what
can't hear
is
any of
allowed
you.
in a country. Nobody is
When
doing
all
a
of you talk,
favor,
all
but
four are
it's
talking
allowed in
together.
a
We can't hear
country.
any of you.
No,
It's
illegal
pointless.
action. But this country
We
does not
can't
say
hear
anything.
any of you.
Are you
It's
defending
pointless.
illegal action?
One second. Let me
When-
go to Saira
when
Shah
it has
Halim.
been ordered by the court that you cannot have music.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
This is
Why you are having loud
this
Take
is-
it. Okay. One second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what. Sudesh, 1 second. Please, all of you, take a little breath because it's getting very heated up. I'm going to just take 2 or 3 minutes out while you take a short breath and do a quick tete-a-tete with Zafar Sareshwala, Chancellor of Maulana Azad Urdu University, who is joining us live from Mumbai. Professor Sareshwala, you know both the Vice President and the Prime Minister. The Vice President says that minorities are insecure in the country. What do you think of that?
Jujhar, actually, only this is the time I'll be able to speak and then I'll go. So just bear with me 2-3 minutes. Yes, absolutely. I've been very closely associated with the Prime Minister for almost 12-13 years now. And I also have a very long association of knowing Hamid Ansari Sahab. In fact, just recently in December, we had this Talim-o-Tarbiyat program of ours in Delhi where Hamid Ansari Sahab was the chief guest. And I have interacted with him several times. Now you have to understand Hamid Ansari Sahab has a very long, illustrious career. I mean, he's been one of the best diplomats the country has ever produced. He's been ambassador to several countries. He was India's representative in the UN. He was Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University. He was, the Chief of Minority Commission and then Vice President of India for 10 years. Hamid Ansari Sahab also had a very close relationship with Mr. Modi. Not only as Vice President, but also as Minority Commission's Chairman. And whenever Mr. Hamid Ansari spoke with me, he had very high regard for Mr. Modi. Now, you have to take Hamid Ansari Sahab's statement in capacity of an elder statesman. Now, you tell me, has anybody used more harsh words for the Ghar Wapsi than the Prime Minister himself? Not once, twice, thrice. But did anyone had dared to question what the Prime Minister said? So I think the Vice President of India, when he says something, you have to take it in that spirit. We may disagree with our parents, but we listen to it. So I think it should be heard in that context. And the best part was today in the Parliament. Although Hamid Ansari Sahab gave this interview yesterday, you see the conduct of the Prime Minister when he was praising Hamid Ansari Sahab. You saw the words which were used by, Jaitley Sahab. But the third and the fourth rung leader of the BJP, Jaitley Sahab. But the third and the fourth rung leader of the BJP, who only want those eyeballs in the television studios, are using this language. But otherwise, I don't think Hamid Ansari Sahab had said anything which could have generated any controversy.
Mrs. Sareshwala, let me just
whatever
ask
he
you,
has
because
said,
the Vice President has
just
said...
1 minute.
Yeah.
If he has said something which is there in us, those flaws are there in us, we should improve and try to be better on that.
Mrs.
So I
Sareshwala,
don't
the
think
Vice
there is
President
any
has said
reason for
that
anybody
minorities are
to have
insecure
any
because of
problem
things
with
like
these
Ghar
statements.
Wapsi and Ghar Wapsi, etc. How much you believe that these issues are causing concern among minorities in the country?
Jujhar, yes, there is no doubt about it. These are concerns. I mean, the Prime Minister himself has raised these issues not once, twice, thrice. So these are issues of concern. Not only the Prime Minister, the leader of the leader of the party, Arun Jaitley Sahab, so many senior, the Home Minister, everybody has shown concern. The problem is not those incidents, but the problem is that the perpetrators of the crime are not booked. That is the issue. And I think the Prime Minister's last statement was for his own people, and particularly for his own people who are ruling those particular states.
Mr. Sureshwala,
So
in the last 30 seconds, a quick last question to you, which is that do you think the minorities are more or less secure under the NDA compared to the previous UPA government?
No, I would respectfully disagree with that, because since 47, more than 25,000 riots have happened in this country.
No, I was asking, are
And
they,
more than 10 million Muslims
are they
have
more
lost their lives.
secure or less secure
And
now than
billions
before?
of rupees worth of properties has been burnt. And all of that, most of the time, has happened under Congress party rule. Even in Gujarat, we have hundreds of riots. Only one riot happened under BJP. But several of riots happened under Congress. So I would respectfully disagree with Hamid Ansari Sahab on this part. But yes, this has been happening for 70 years, and these incidents have happened. They shouldn't have happened. And my concern is that the perpetrators of the crime should be brought to book
Right.
and exemplary punishments given to them. That's
Right.
all I want to say.
All right, Mr. Zafar Sureshwala, Chancellor, Maulana Azad Urdu University of Hyderabad, speaking to us from Mumbai. Thank you very much for joining us. We've completely run out of time, so I'm sorry to our other guests that I can't come back, but thanks very much, Sadhvi Jayabharti, Sarah Shah Halim, Tom Vadakan, and Sudesh Verma. We'll take